and welcome back to Ballers Take Flight. On this episode, we will be going over why Luka Doncic is so good and so quick. If you're new to this channel or you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the like button. First, we have to ask, who is Luka Doncic? He was born on February 28, 1999, in Ljubljana, Slovenia. He is a Slovenian professional basketball player for the Dallas Mavericks of the NBA and the Slovenian national team. Doncic's mother is a Slovenian and his father is Slovenian of Serbian descent. According to his family, Doncic first touched a basketball when he was 7 months old, and by age 1, he was frequently playing with a miniature hoop in his room. He played a variety of sports in his childhood, including football, which he later quit after growing too tall. At age 7, he began playing organized basketball at primary school in Ljubljana. His opponents at the time were up to 10 years old. As Doncic reflected, "I was always training and playing with older kids who had much more experience than me. Many of them were bigger and faster than me too, so I had to beat them with my brain." He admired Greek basketball player Vasilis Spanoulis from his early teenage years, stating that he was enchanted by him. He wore the number 7 at Real Madrid in honor of Spanoulis. Doncic also grew up admiring American basketball player LeBron James. When Doncic was 8, his father started playing for his hometown club, Union Olympia, and Olympia basketball school coach Grega Brezovic invited Luka to practice with players of his age. Doncic was initially expected to practice with players of his age, but only 16 minutes into the first training session, the coaching staff moved him up to the 11-year-old group. Starting in the next session, he primarily practiced with Olympia's under-14 team, but due to league rules, he only played for the club's under-12 selection team, coming off the bench against opponents 3 or 4 years older than him. Despite his exclusion from under-14 games at the time, Doncic often asked to attend practice, even when his coach asked him to stay home. Doncic stood out as a youth player for Union Olympia before joining the youth academy of the Spanish club Real Madrid. In September 2012, at 13 years of age, Doncic signed a 5-year contract with Real Madrid, immediately standing out on the under-16 team with coach Paco Redondo. He moved to Madrid, living with football and basketball prospects. In February 2013, Doncic led Real Madrid to a Minicopa Endesa win, averaging 24.5 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, and 6 steals per game. In the final game of the tournament, he contributed 25 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 steals to defeat FC Barcelona to win MVP honors. In March, Doncic earned MVP accolades of the Under-16 Spain Championship, scoring 25 points in a championship game win over Gran Canaria youth team. In the 2014-15 season, Doncic mainly played with Real Madrid's under-18 team and reserve team. With the reserve team, he averaged 13.5 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 3.1 assists, helping them win Group B of the Liga EBA, the amateur 4th division of Spanish basketball. By the end of the season, he earned all-league honorable mention accolades from the basketball website Eurobasket.com. In January 2015, Doncic won the Under-18 Ciudad del Hospital tournament and was selected to the all-tournament team, despite being 2 years younger than the rest of the team. At the event on January 6th, against the youth team of his former club, Union Olympia, he posted a double-double of 13 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. In May 2015, he also won the Under-18 Next Generation tournament, for which he was selected MVP after helping defeat the defending champions in the final. He debuted for their senior team in 2015 at age 16, becoming the youngest in club history. 2 years later, he led Madrid to the 2018 EuroLeague title, winning the EuroLeague MVP as well as the Final Four MVP. Doncic was also named the ACB Most Valuable Player and won back-to-back EuroLeague Rising Star and ACB Best Young Player awards. He was selected to the EuroLeague 2010-20 All-Decade team. In 2018, Doncic declared for the NBA draft and joined the Dallas Mavericks in the United States. He was selected unanimously for the NBA All-Rookie First Team and won Rookie of the Year for the 2018-19 season. In his sophomore season, he was selected to his first NBA All-Star game. Now, with just this and not including his NBA career highlight yet, what's the secret of Luka? How were you able to play this good at such a young age? Luka is not like any young player because of his early professional experience. Starting at a very young age, he also developed and improved. Luka can also be pretty fast. All that experience is exemplified by Doncic's passing. He plays chess with some flair, whereas most NBA players play checkers. Doncic whips past to the weak side corner, lob balls into space where only his teammate can catch, or uses his eyes to bait defenders away from the true target about to receive his pass. While we often think of assists as a lone category, what Doncic is really doing is creating points without shooting the ball himself. 24.6 points per game according to NBA.com's tracking data. During his last season in Spain, Doncic averaged a whopping 1.275 points per possession on passes out of pick and rolls per Synergy Sports. That mark was the best in Spain and fifth best in any league outside of the NBA. So it shouldn't really be a surprise that Doncic has carved up the NBA with his ball movement. What is a little surprising is how Doncic has scored. Doncic used some crafty dribble and footwork combination before launching a step-back jumper. This ability to create space before launching a shot helps Doncic balance his elite passing. And this season, the Mavericks forward is attempting more open shots per game than any other player, besides Clippers' Kawhi Leonard. Open shots don't necessarily mean that there isn't a high degree of difficulty either, because Doncic incorporates so many step-backs. NBA.com has him at 102 since he entered the league. It sort of masks where he is as a shooter. If you are looking for an area where Doncic has already improved, it's his commitment to attacking the basket. He averages 18.3 drives per game according to NBA.com data, up from 14.7 during his rookie season. This mindset of going downhill more has helped Doncic up his free throw rate from .409 last season to .484. In raw numbers, that means Doncic is averaging just a shade under 3 more free throws per game. Getting to the free throw line is really where a lot of the NBA's offensive stars have separated themselves from other players. In his first season in the NBA, Doncic was in the middle of the pack at getting to the line. Now the only players ahead of the Mavericks star are Milwaukee's Giannis Antetokounmpo and Houston's James Harden. Pretty good company as far as offensive powerhouses go. This evolution to Doncic's game is one that would have been hard to see coming. For all the benefits of honing his craft in Europe, the spacing is quite different there. The international line is shorter, and there are no rules like the NBA's defensive 3 seconds to keep hulking big men from planting themselves in front of the basket. Doncic has clearly figured that in the NBA's new spacing craze, he's going to encounter far less resistance heading to the rim than he ever could have imagined while playing overseas. This combination of passing, shooting, and driving have added up to Doncic propelling Dallas to the top of the NBA's offensive hierarchy. The Mavericks are first in the league at 116.1 points per 100 possessions. The return to health of Kristaps Porzingis, as well as some other new additions, has boosted Dallas's attack, but make no mistake, the key to it all is Doncic. In the 648 minutes Doncic played that time, the Mavericks posted an amazing 117.1 points per 100 possessions. When the Slovenian star sits, that number plummeted to a still solid 110.1 points per 100. Even before 100 games in his NBA career, the 21-year-old Slovenian already looked like one of the best players in the league, racking up historical statistical outputs and playing with an age-defying polish. Now we know why he is good and better compared to the other young players, but what makes him stand out to the rest of the other professional NBA players? Doncic was considered a good but not great outside shooter before he entered the NBA. The one flaw in his game is that he shoots 33% from behind the arc, so it's scary to think where Doncic might be if he improves in that area. In fact, he already has improved. Because he is so good at creating space, players have a hard time guarding him. That's a problem for other teams when he's behind the arc and gets his open shot. Not only that, he is tall, being 6'7" and a point guard, another key advantage for Luka. All in all, he's super crafty, super skilled, and has super swagger. That's a pretty good recipe. The future is bright in Dallas. We don't see Steve Nash, but we see a brilliant young kid with so much intelligence and so many tricks to his game. And who knows, maybe Luka's swagger and work ethic will allow him to surpass the upside limitations we see, and maybe he continues to shock the world. Either way, he's a damn good player, far ahead of anyone else in the draft class right now, and he will be a centerpiece for a long, long time. Well, that's Luka Doncic. All we can say is he is better than good. That's it for this video. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and smash the like button. Hope you enjoyed and thank you for watching. Catch us in the next video.